Legal challenge by police against plans for a pro-Palestinian march to the Sydney Opera House has been delayed until tomorrow. The Palestine Action Group intends to hold the event on Sunday, but police have opposed it, in part due to safety concerns based on the location and potential crowd numbers. Court reporter Jamie McKinnell joins us now with more. Hi, Jamie. So this hearing was expected to go ahead today. Why has there been this delay?
Hi there, Ros. Well, basically because the case is being moved straight from the Supreme Court up to the Court of Appeal in New South Wales. What's happened here is that there appears to have been agreement from both sides that that move is the most appropriate course of action here because of the technicalities, the complexity and the urgency in this case. There's going to be a constitutional issue raised as part of these proceedings, and that is because there seems to be an interaction or a conflict between two pieces of legislation. On the one hand, we have legal protections in one piece of legislation that covers authorised public assemblies, and there's going to be argument and submissions in this case about how those legal protections might interact with specific laws that cover the Sydney Opera House. But outside of that somewhat curly question, protesters had already rejected the police argument that there is a safety concern here. The police have been talking about how this site might be managed and how an potentially enormous number of people could be managed through the Sydney Opera House forecourt area. But this morning we heard from Damien Ridgewell, who is one of the organisers from the Palestine Action Group, and he told us earlier that the Sydney Opera House forecourt area has been the site of many large gatherings and quite significant events in the past. Here's Mr Ridgewell.
The Opera House has been site to very large gatherings in the past. Crowded House held a concert in 1996 there that is reported to have had 100,000 people in attendance. We see massive crowds there, like things like New Year's Eve and Vivid. We think that it is very logistically possible and entirely able to be safe to have our demonstration march to the Opera House. We've identified to the police multiple egress points from there, and we'll have a large team of volunteers to assist with the marshalling of the demonstration in collaboration with the police to manage traffic.
So Ros, in short, it appears that there's going to be quite a lot of lawyers who will be very busy between now and when we come back here to court tomorrow at 9:30. Now, although this case is quite similar to previous proceedings that we've seen involving rallies and police challenging plans for public assemblies, it appears in this case in particular things are going to get a lot more technical and complicated than we've previously seen.